great things about her. Y'all say what's up to Miss Deb Antney. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Why don't you tell the people what you're doing up here?
Well,
how you welcome people. Why don't you let them know how you welcome people in North Carolina? Tell them how you welcome us in.
You want me to tell you what happened?
I couldn't even get a hug from you. I couldn't even get anything. Let them know.
I didn't want that to be your first impression of me, you know what I mean? So I had to tell you the truth. You like real people, right?
Yeah, but you was too real.
I shouted to you real.
In the morning for that.
I mean, it's never too early to be real.
Let the people know how you embrace people that came in.
They know how it is.
Charlotte, America.
This is normal.
Charlotte, America, Miss Deb Antney came in. I had been eating some peanuts. So I said, before I walked over to her, I said, listen, I can't walk over there right now because my breath smells like nuts. And then I held up the peanut bag and said, these nuts, Deb, not what you think.
Isn't that special? Early in the morning.
Welcome to Charlotte, baby. Welcome to Charlotte.
Early in the morning, this is how you get greeted.
It was the truth, though. I didn't want to walk up to you and be like, ooh, his breath stink. I didn't want you to say that about me and take that back to the
But you never
ATM.
had to open your mouth. You just could have embraced and just kept it moving.
You can smell all them peanuts. You can smell all that. I didn't want it to be like that. But welcome to Charlotte.
Thank you.
And you're actually doing a talent search.
Yes.
Oh, man.
How's it going so far?
B100 America.
Special. I think that, we look at The Voice, American Idol, and you think that those things are easy. Mm-hmm. But with hip-hop, is never no telling who or what is coming out. The biggest thing that I'm amazed at is that people really don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And if you
That's everywhere, all over the country.
Well, I'm not talking about just one place.
Yeah.
I'm talking about everywhere.
Right.
They have no real knowledge. Like, there's no real teaching this. Mm-hmm. And especially because they took away development with artists. I'm a person that I love development. I love developing artists. I love that. Mm-hmm. Okay? But they really don't know. And it's... If you don't know and you want to learn, that's one thing. But if you don't know and then you get foul because somebody's telling you things and not being malicious, but just trying to guide you.
Constructive criticism.
Right. Very much so, constructive criticism. And then you don't want to take it. Right. Then you want to say, oh, you don't know who you think you are.
Their ego gets
or
in
you
the way.
Wrong. But if you can't take that little bit of stuff of what I'm doing, what could you take when we get out there? Right. Because I need that next hip-hop star. And everybody that I had, if everybody know, I get them street people. Right. I love them. Mm-hmm. But they want it. And that's what I seen in Jacksonville. Like, these people wanted to come up out of there. Memphis, they wanted to come up out of there. This is not what I want. Right. And I understand that circumstances will make the rabbi eat pork. Literally. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, let me ask you this, because we're in radio, and when you're in radio or you're anywhere around the music industry, you're going to get music, you're going to get people to come up to you and say, like, the darndest thing. Like I told you when you came in, I just did it to you because it gets done to me a lot. I'm the next big thing.
Everybody say that.
Right. So how do you get down to the folks that are really maybe that next big thing?
I guess you just keep scouting. You know what I'm saying? You just keep going because they don't get it. It's not even really your music that I'm listening to. I'm going to flip you anyway. Right. I'm going to really show you how you're supposed to do that. I need to develop. I am a developer. Right. Okay? I love developing artists. I don't jump at artists that luck up on a record. Right. That's a hit. Right. I gave my son fever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When he came to me, I didn't listen to his stuff till he did "Oh, Let's Do It."
Yeah, right. And by the way, for folks who don't know, Waka Flocka.
Yeah, he is, and there wasn't any privileges there. Right. Like, he was pissed at me the way I did him, but failure's not an option with me. I'm not losing. You'd rather deal with me than to deal with people out there. Right. Yeah. And at least when I get you there, I'm going to have you ready. You're going to be ready to deal with whoever, whatever comes your way. You're going to be able to stand anywhere. Mm-hmm. So when I take you out of the city, this is for my gangsters. They have to know what you do in your city. You can't go in another city doing that.
Same thing. Right.
Because some cities you might not come up out of.
Okay.
Detroit is one of them.
Yeah, the D. It's cold.
Okay. No, there's more than just the D. But you're not coming up out of there. I need to teach you how to act. It's so many things that you have to learn and to be that star. This is the thing. What are you willing to sacrifice to get to the top? Right. What? And you can't just say, I want it, but you can't take what's coming to you.
Well, what percentage in all of the artists that you've worked with, what percentage would you say is it talent, and then what percentage is it attitude?
Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. The attitude is definitely. I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't really got an artist unless they're a little special.
Yeah,
they gotta be a little pixelated. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's a fine line between genius and insanity.
There you go.
Right.
Hello, somebody.
So let me
Bless
ask you
her
this.
heart for saying that.
What did you see in your son that made you say, okay, when you finally got to that point, you said, okay, you're gonna go out here, you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna be 100.
You be 100. I like that.
I didn't see anything because my son was supposed to be a ball player.
Right. He tall. That boy tall now.
Well, he was being scouted, you know, until my first son. We lost my first son, and he just went AWOL after that.
Yeah.
And Waka's also a comedian. Like, he's a major jokester.
Right.
Like, he loves playing tricks. He loves doing all kinds of things. I don't take Waka seriously because he's crazy.
Yeah.
You know? And when he bought the records in, the first record he bought was Dreads and Gold up from down south. My whatever. Are you really serious with this? And I laughed.
Well, let me ask you, because you're from New York originally. So how long have you been down south?
Oh, we've been down there. I've been down there now going on 20 years.
Okay.
You from Atlanta now.
So yeah.
Yes. No, not me. He might be, but not me. I'm too old to be. I'm from New York, but that's my home. Atlanta is my home. But when he bought Dreads and Gold, I'm from down south, I was just like, he's crazy. You ain't from no down south. And when he did it, he was so mad at me. So then he came in and he said, Ma, listen to this. I was in my bed. And I said, And he said, listen, Ma, listen. Because he would always come sit on my floor playing all these records. Him, Gucci, they'd always come sit on my floor and play these records. And he played Oh, Let's Do It. When he put Oh, Let's Do It in, I sat straight up in the bed. I said, holy.
Yeah.
That's the one.
We got a record.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. Oh, get my record. You ain't get my record. You ain't get my record. Oh, he started flipping. But then he also asked me to come with him to the club. He said, Ma, just come to the club. And I came to the club. When I seen them kids, the way they was dancing off of Dress and Gold from down south, and when he did Oh, Let's Do It, and I couldn't even walk into this place.
Right.
It was an epidemic of something new that every ADH kid like him was running around in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And he caught their attention.
Yeah.
And it was wild and it was crazy and they was just having fun. And I looked. I said, oh my God, this is real. I just didn't look at my son to do this. Like, I didn't want my kids in this.
Right.
Like, Wu was the one that was always in that. Like, it was Wu's thing, but not Waka. And Waka really got in to help me because Gooch was in trouble. Like, man down, we was in trouble. The camp was in trouble.
Right.
That's what made him jump in. Somebody had to help.
Right.
You know, to keep this thing going. And I salute him for that. And I apologize to him to this day for not really believing in him like that. And, you know, I take my kids back no matter what, good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
But I just could not get into that with him.
Right.
So, people, it's no different for you. You know, if I don't see
if
that.
It was for your son, then
His pants dropped down and he got little bitty dreads and, you know, he looked a hot mess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like 10% of your music and 90% of the business.
Right.
You know? And you gotta give me something to work with. You gotta give me something to work with.
So here in Charlotte, you're doing a talent search. When is it? This weekend?
B100
No,
America.
it's today.
Today.
Today is registration. Tomorrow's registration, and Friday is like the kickoff.
Okay.
And what we do on Friday, all the artists come back in and they bring their people, and this is the day that you vote on who you want to represent your city.
Okay. So
Okay?
registration
So
today.
Today and tomorrow.
Okay, where do we register at?
335 Summit at Club
935?
935.
935.
Yeah,
935
935 Summit.
Yeah,
I'm
South
sorry.
Avenue. Yeah,
I go
935.
screwing
Club.
up stuff.
Club 935.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they register. The registration is today. Registration is tomorrow. And Friday is like that kickoff.
so they're going to be performing.
They're going to be performing before their peers, okay?
Okay.
So there'll be people there that I'm not going to really like because the one thing that's been happening is that when people been coming to me, they get nervous and they get scared, right? But then when they go on the cypher, I'm looking at them they're phenomenal in that cipher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're not phenomenal when I see them.
They psych themselves out when it's you.
Right.
It's that pressure.
And then they have to know, I look for different things. Pay attention to me. Don't pay attention to the cameras. The cameras don't exist.
Right.
You must look at us, the judges.
What are you looking for? What do you look for in particular? Like top 3 things you when you know
That it factor.
What is
it factor.
What is the it factor?
So when
for
they
you?
walk
I
into
don't
a
know
room,
the
your
it
eyes
factor
are on them.
until I see them. And sometimes I pick people that you be looking at like,
that ain't it.
are you on something?
I understand that, but
I see something that's in them that I could snatch out.
Right.
I see that character within them.
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody that I can take further than a booth.
Right.
I got you.
Because you have to be able to market them. You know, the real money is not in the music.
Right. Oh, no.
Right.
It's
We
the
know that.
branding.
Yeah.
I need to be able to brand you. I need to know that maybe I can put you on television. Maybe, you know, you can represent some Hanes underwear or something. Right? Maybe there's other things that you can do outside of just that.
Right.
And
Right, because nobody's selling hip hop records anymore.
you didn't know it.
Amen. Hallelujah. Go look at the numbers.
It's not being sold, you know. So it have to be something more there than just the music. You have to give me something else.
Yeah.
I need to have something else.
And you know, talking to artists here in the city, we tell them the same thing. You got to do something else besides music. You got to develop that whole brand. You got, if you can build a brand outside of the music, you can eat off of the brand.
I mean,
without the music.
You don't even need to. First off, what people don't understand is when you get a hit, you can really live off a record for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Sometimes
record,
longer. Sometimes longer.
Look at Frankie Beverly.
Right.
He's doing the same tour, sold out tours with that same one album.
And the same
All
white,
these years, the same crowd, the same audience.
Yep.
and the same white suit. He had the same suit on back when he made the first album.
Shut up.
And you ain't lying. Nope.
He got the same
Listen.
white. It's the same suit. I
thought I was the only person that said that.
You know what I mean?
But I
know
thought I
what
was
you're
the only one that said
It's the
that.
same suit.
It's the same thing.
He ain't bought another suit since
Hey,
1963.
if it ain't broke, don't fix.
Hey, you.
But that's what
Amen.
people have to understand. All the thing that gets me is when the peanut gallery, excuse me for talking about the peanuts, those nuts, okay? Those nuts, forgive me for that. But the people in the peanut gallery want to talk to them and tell them this is how it's supposed to be. Ain't never sold a record.
Right.
Don't
Never
know
went on
nothing.
tour.
Never did nothing with music, but they know everything there is to know about music. And then don't let them be internet freaks where they pay attention to everything on the internet.
Right. They're always on the blog.
They're always on blogs. They're always reading, dramatizing things.
Right.
Half of the stuff ain't even real. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are trying to get their little brownie points or whatever it is that they need to get, and then you think that's the gospel and you go buy it.
Right.
Deb Antney in the building with the Morning Maddhouse. You got to come back. I like talking to you.
Actually, what we're gonna, she doesn't know it yet, but she's about to find out. We're gonna do a little segment that's gonna be on exclusively on our app, giving tips to artists because you have been in the business, so giving a couple tips.
And that'll
Top
be
5
available
tips.
at iRadio now.
Yeah. So
I
that'll
guess
be
them,
exclusively
I guess
on
them
our app.
nuts done set me up.
Yeah, what's on the website?
Oh man.